Trump declares himself Venezuela's president. Iran erupts with protests amid rising war threats. The US Department of Defense is now Department of War. It's January 13, 2026, just 13 days into the new year. Most years ease in slowly. Speeches, optimism, maybe a diplomatic visit or two. But 2026 didn't warm up. It exploded onto the global stage. Wars, protests, trade threats, confused allies, and once again, Donald Trump is at the center. Not shouting constantly, not joking non-stop, but making moves that are loud enough on their own. So let's break down how this year began. The year didn't start with tariffs. It started with Venezuela. In early January, the United States carried out a military operation that led to the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. The Trump administration said the action was about criminal charges and restoring democracy. The world reacted immediately. Latin American countries warned it violated sovereignty. Russia and China condemned it as aggression. The United Nations called for restraint. Inside Venezuela, protests erupted, some against Maduro, others against foreign intervention. Then came the moment that made people double check the date. Trump posted online referring to himself as the acting president of Venezuela. There is no legal basis, no international recognition, but the message was loud. Intentional or not, that power, not procedure, was now driving events. That single post summed up how 2026 began. Fast, forceful, and controversial. While Venezuela grabbed attention, Iran remained dangerously unstable. Iran has faced large-scale protests driven by economic collapse, inflation, and political repression. The government responded with crackdowns, arrest, and force. Trump's response was not quite diplomacy. He warned that all options are on the table and increased pressure through sanctions and trade threats, while rhetorically supporting protest movement. Europe urged restraint. Human rights groups warned against escalation. Russia and China cautioned against interference. Iran accused the US of destabilizing the situation. This isn't an official war, but it's a classic pre-war environment. Internal unrest, external pressure, and harming positions on all sides. Iran shows how quickly domestic protests can turn into international flashpoints when global powers step in aggressively. Then there's Greenland, and a symbolic but important US move. Trump revived his interest in Greenland, calling it strategically critical for US security. Denmark, which governs Greenland, rejected the idea outright. Greenland's leaders also said no, and NATO allies grew uneasy. This wasn't just about land, it was about trust. Denmark made it clear Greenland stays under Danish sovereignty. Pushing this issue could strain NATO relations.
Firstly, I believe that the American president should be taken seriously when he says that he wants Greenland. But I also want to make it clear that if the United States chooses to attack another NATO country militarily, then everything stops. That is including our NATO and thus the security that has been provided since the end of the Second World War. I believe in democracy and I believe in the international rules. Of course, I also believe that you do not change borders by force either one way or another. It is not only the position of Denmark and the Danish kingdom, fortunately, of Europe too. So I hope that the people will also take note of the once again significant European support that we are receiving.
At the same time, the US Department of Defense began using the title Department of War. Legally, nothing changed. Congress still recognizes it as a Department of Defense, but symbolically, the message was unmistakable. The US is signaling it is preparing for confrontation, not just defending. Allies noticed and some were quietly alarmed. No troops moved, no missiles fired, but both the Greenland ambitions and the Department of War renaming send the same message. The US is assertive unpredictable and willing to shock its partners. Alongside military and political tensions came economic pressure. Trump announced tariffs on any country doing business with Iran, extending US influence beyond Tehran to its trading partners. He also floated proposals for extreme tariffs up to 500% on countries buying Russian oil. At that level, tariffs stop being trade policy, they become weapons. BRICS nations criticized the move as coercive. Europe warned of trade fragmentation. Economists warned of retaliation and higher prices. Supporters argued it was leverage. Critics said it destabilized markets. Either way, diplomacy through dialogue is being replaced by diplomacy through punishment. Trade has become another battlefield. No uniforms, no tax, just balance sheets taking hit. Thanks to our sponsor, Ion Infotech. They are not just any tech company, they are our digital partner here at Sutra Network. Ion Infotech is all about the digital future. They specialize in AI, app development, and yes, even game app development. They use their unique 4D model: discovery, design, development, and deployment. Every business needs a strong digital presence like Gemini, ChatGPT, and all those new AI search and source hubs. So if you are looking to bring your digital project to life, hit the link in the description, mention Sutra Network, and you'll get a little extra perk. To know more, visit ioninfotech.com. Just 13 days into 2026, and the world has already seen a military operation and captured president in Venezuela, mass protest and rising war risk in Iran, nervous allies questioning intentions with Denmark clearly pushing back over Greenland, tariffs and economic threats used as instruments of policy. Supporters see decisiveness, critics see unpredictability. History will decide which interpretation lasts. But one thing is clear: 2026 didn't begin calmly, it began aggressively. And when global power moves this fast, the consequences don't stay contained, they ripple outward, touching every country, watching, reacting, and preparing for what comes. Where many news channels are caught up in noise and agendas, Sutra Network stands firmly with facts and truth. We don't chase sensationalism, we show reality. If you believe in honest journalism, join us for truth, for change. And if you have a story that needs to reach the people, click the link below and share it with us. For more information, read our article on this. Link is mentioned in the description.